Hi, I'm Jeff, 3D Puzzle Builder. Today we're going to be working on step 2B from the ROKR Chocolate Factory Marble Run LGA02 3D puzzle. Now if you need to, you can go back to my previous videos to get caught up with where we are right now. But for now, let's get started. Your instruction manual may not have listed step 2B. As mine, it just says step 2, but there's a continuation of step 2 on the bottom left-hand corner of page 4. This is where we're going to continue this video. For this particular part of the video, we're going to need sheet I. And we have sheet I here. We need 2 parts off of here. We will also need several of the P parts. Now these are not wooden parts. These are the metal parts that come in the little package with screws, shafts, and nuts and springs. So we'll start with piece I-8, and if we look at our sheet here, piece I-8 is, oh goodness, I have lost it. I had it earlier, and now I don't see it. Okay, I-8s are, oh, I've lost them again. Here they are, right here. They were hiding from me all along. 2 I-8s. And as you can see, this is on a very delicate part. This piece of wood is not very thick, so I'm going to be very careful in pushing these out. I'm using my hand on the back side as a support, and I'm pushing around the edge with my thumb from the front side. It's going to, you need to be very, very gentle and patient with this. Okay, so there comes 1 I-8, and now we'll push out the other I-8. There we go. And it's free. So now we have our 2 I-8s. We'll now go to the P7s. Now, the P7s, if you look in your instruction manual on the very first page, P7 happens to be a shaft, just like this one. Now there's a key on the instruction book on the page right at the bottom of the left-hand corner of page 4 that is the exact size of the pin that's needed for this part of the installation. I'm going to try to hold this up so you can see it. That key is exactly the same size as that shaft. So if you just lay it down on your book, that is the right size shaft. So we need 2 of those. So I've gone into my package and I have 2 of the shafts. Excuse me, I'm getting choked up here. 2 of the P7 shafts. So I'm going to set those down here. The next part we'll need is a P13. Now, P13 is a screw. It is a full thread screw. Get it to focus there. So you'll notice that there's threads all the way down this. If you remember from the previous video, there was another screw that was a half-thread screw. This is the one that we need for the last part of step 2, or 2B. So I'll set that down there. Then we need one P13. Oops, that was the P13. That was our screw. The next part we need is P15. Now P15, we used one in the last video, is a nut, but it is a lock nut. Oops, I just dropped it. Here it is. I set my hand where I don't drop it here. It is a lock nut. You notice there is a plastic insert on the end of it. Only one end. The other end does not have an insert. So that is our P15, and we only need one of those. Now, there are two other things that we need. These are the tools that we made at the very, very beginning. We need this tool, which is actually C9, and we need this tool, which is P22. All right, so let's get started. We are going to punch out part I-18. We've got those two punched out. We've got the rest of our parts laid out. So what we need is the part that we built in the last video. And we're going to take, set it down here. We're going to take our screw and we're going to place one of the I-8s on the screw. Now this is real important. Looking at your drawing for this particular piece, the drawing has a little square box where it's pointing to I-18, and it shows a little gear. All that gear means is that this has got to show. So that's facing you. So that goes on. Right there. And we'll set that aside. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to pick this up and we're going to take our two P7s and insert them. One goes through right here. So I'm inserting it right through the front. And it goes all the way through until it bottoms out. So we're flush with the front and flush with the back. We're going to take the other P7 and do the same thing to the other hole. Right here and right here. So this one's going to go through there, all the way through. Now we're going to take our P13 that has the P8 on it, and we're going to insert that right there, just like that. On the back side, we're going to take the other I-18 and put it on. Now, looking at your drawing, your instructions, it's actually looking at this part this way. So the back of that should not have any markings on it. When I put it on, the markings should be on the front. Now I'm going to take my locking nut, which was P15, which is P15, and begin to thread it on. And just like I said in the last video, if you can't get that started, check and make sure that this side is the side that has the plastic insert. Now I'm going to take my tool and I'm going to put that nut right there in the tool. I'm going to take my screwdriver and I'm going to tighten that down. Get this out of the way here. There we go, so you can see it now. So I've got the tool on this side on the nut, got my screwdriver here, and I'm going to tighten it down. Okay, just until that comes through. Oops, there we go. Just until that comes through the end there. Doesn't have to go very far. All right, so now we have completed step 2B. So this part is now complete. Our next video is going to be on step 3. So when we come back to the next video, we will start on page 4, step 3. This is on the bottom right-hand corner of your instruction book. Until then, please like and follow my channel. The more likes and the more follows I get, the more videos I can make. Thank you very much.